Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Trudy, and on this video, I'm going over some products that I picked up from Sephora as well as from my local drugstore. Some beauty, some skincare. I'm gonna let you know what I like and what I don't like. Let's do a get ready with me as I let you know some of the new stuff that I picked up. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with my lashes. So I just put these lashes on. I came across these Ardell lashes at Walmart the other day. These are glueless lashes. This is my first time trying them. Very close to using the Falscara. However, there's no glue and they're much easier to put on. Less irritation. I would say no irritation whatsoever because I'm not using any glue. So I like that about it, and they were just very easy to put on. If you are a person who likes very natural looking lashes, these would be it. And I also like to be able to take the lashes off at night and really clean my natural lash. That's just me personally who I am. So these so far, this is a new purchase for me, and I enjoyed putting them on. I did a short video, so I will put that somewhere on my YouTube shorts to show you guys how I applied them. And I kid you not, it was about 5 to 10 minutes. That's how easy it was to apply these. Really like that. So these are the ones that I'm wearing today. And yes. Okay, so let's take my hair down. You're probably wondering, like, what is this going on here? I curled my bangs. That's what I wanted. Before I get into my restocks, I'm just going to start by moisturizing my face. This is the Inculus, the Bioactive Ceramides Cream. I purchased this one a while ago. As a moisturizer, it's not too bad. I've actually been having on and off issues with my skin lately, so I've really just been sticking to the basics of a cleanser and a moisturizer and an SPF. I think because I use a retinol one night and then the next day, I put on topicals, and I think the reaction between the retinol and that cream, it didn't go so well. So I've just been recovering from that reaction on my skin, and I'm just going to apply this moisturizer, which is just a regular moisturizer. There's no fragrance to it, which I like. However, when I compare it to another moisturizer, which I really like, is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, which in the gel formula, that is my favorite. I think I might go back to that one, especially in the summer. I really just like the gel formula a little bit more. I feel like it goes into my skin a little bit better. I do like that this cream doesn't sit on my face, and when I go to bed, it actually just absorbs. It's not moving around. I've tried other moisturizers where it gives me that glowy look on my skin. However, when I'm going to bed, it is like it's moving around, and then my eyes start to get irritated. So I've learned I've learned from that to just find a moisturizer that really gets absorbed. It doesn't have to be overly dewy or glowy before going to bed. And some of the things that I picked up as well as a restock, the Paula's Choice Mandelic and Lactic Acid Exfoliant. If you have sensitive skin, if you are switching between using glycolic acid, this will be your best friend. This is my second or third time purchasing it. I find it to be very soothing. It's non-irritating, so I like using this one. Because I've liked this so much, I went out and got the BHA. So I picked up, this is the salicylic acid. I find from time to time I will have like small breakouts or just pimples. So I picked this one up to use, especially when it's around that time of the month. I'm guaranteed to get a couple of acne spots, or even sometimes I get really deep pimples. So I'm going to use this if it's just a couple times a month. I might even use it just once a week, just going between the two exfoliants, liquid exfoliants, and I try to exfoliate 1 to 2 times a week. So let's go on to eyebrows. So something I also picked up during the Sephora sale, this is an eyebrow pencil, and it's a retractable pencil. There's a good amount of product in this pencil. like a lot of product. So I picked this up during the Sephora sale, and because it is the Sephora brand, it's 30% off. So I said, why not? And I just ran out of from my most recent eyebrow pencil. So I'm just gonna use a little bit. I find that the color is a little lighter than my eyebrows, but I'm okay with that because when it's too dark, my eyebrows really stand out, and I just want to have more of a natural looking brow, especially going into the summer. Look how that looks. Just using that pencil. So far so good. It's also waterproof, and this might be something that I repurchased during the Sephora sales because the price, sometimes I think it might even work out to being cheaper than getting an eyebrow pencil from the drugstore. So that was a good buy. So next I'm going to do some color correcting for underneath my eyes. I would typically use a primer, but today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. So just stick with me here. I would typically use my Power Grip primer, but I'm going to start with some color correcting and then we'll get into the other products that I've tried. I'm using my favorite, this is a Cali Ray Hideaway color corrector, and I haven't had to repurchase it yet, but it would be a repurchase for me because it's just that good. Around here, some new products makeup wise that I picked up. I picked up the Hourglass Vanish. This is a concealer. I've been wanting to try this for a long time and I just couldn't find my shade. So this is the Hourglass Vanish. This is in the color Suede 6.6. And I got matched for this one. We'll see how it looks today. And these two other products. Now, so these two products, the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. And I also got the Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer from Danessa Myricks. Okay, so controversy behind these two. I wanted to love these products so bad. I tried these, I think I did like 2 other makeup looks, recorded them and everything, and it did not turn out very well. I did not like how my makeup looked. I personally do not have oily skin, and I think that is why it just did not work for me. It did not work for me. If you want a natural glow, if you seriously have oily skin, it will work for you. It will probably definitely work for you. I don't. I have dry skin over here. My forehead is a little bit oily, but it's not that much. And like around here, it's like dry skin. It didn't work for me. It didn't work. But I'm thinking to try it today as a primer because you can get the one that is just transparent and use that as a primer. So I'm going to use it today as a primer underneath my NARS foundation, and we're just going to cross our fingers and see how it goes. I just know that as a regular foundation complexion product, it just did not work for me. It just did. I really wanted it to, but to be honest, it did not. And I always want to be super honest, and it just didn't work for me. So we're going to try it today as a primer. The packaging is really, I'm having to fight with the packaging here. Beautiful packaging. And you can see, like, I used it before. I really wanted it to work. I don't think I'm going to try the concealer. It is really, this shade I think is too light for me, and it just doesn't do enough when it comes to concealing. So I'm not going to try it. Personally, when it comes to a concealer, I like a little bit more full coverage. I have under eye bags, I have hyperpigmentation. If you're really going for that no makeup look, and you don't have a lot going on your skin, this will probably work for you. For me, however, it didn't work. It didn't work for me. So for me, I would honestly give it like a 4 out of 10. Now, they say that you can apply it with your hands. When I went to Sephora, The sales associate also told me that I can apply with my hands. I did that. I did not like how it looked. The second time I applied it, I used a brush. I preferred that method over using my hands. So I'm going to do that today. And what I also noticed is that to me, it has like a slight, almost like a chemical smell to it. It's not a very strong, like floral fragrance, but it has a fragrance to it. And it almost smells like a cleaning product. I haven't seen anyone online really talk about the fragrance portion of it, but I'm trying to give you like a good review of this product and my impressions of it. This is my third time using it, and it's the same thing, the same type of fragrance with this product. So let's put it on. I did get a shade match. Again, I have neutral undertones, some hyperpigmentation. So this is what it's looking like. And it does have a lot of, I guess, technology behind this product. Ooh, it smells like a cleaning product. Wow. And it does dry down like a powder. So you put it on and then it like takes a second to dry down. I tried this with a primer. It was probably one of my worst makeup days when I tried this with a primer. It didn't work, and then I went in the next day without using a primer. It worked a little bit better. But again, it's just I don't have very oily skin, and I'm kind of just chalking it up to that's why the product just isn't working for me. I saw a couple of even comments online that a lot of people were saying, I just feel like it's sitting on top of my skin. And I feel like that's the same thing for me. That's the same way that the product looks when I wear it. It just looks like it's sitting on top of my skin and like it hasn't been absorbed. It doesn't look like, sometimes there's some makeup where it's like, it just looks like skin. This one doesn't. It just feels like there's something over, like you could just wipe it off, if that makes sense. Like you're just waiting to just wipe it off. Like you can see the exact brush stroke, everything. So I think I'm going to pair this with my Huda Beauty concealer. This one is going to be more like my skin tone, and the Huda Beauty I'm going to use to brighten. So we'll see how it looks today. I feel as though I want to see if you guys can just get a closer look at my skin. Let's see if I can zoom. This is a closer look of my skin. I am having a bit of a reaction down here. That's from before, don't mind that. But this is what it's looking up close. On the camera, it looks pretty good. It's just, we'll see how it wears today. Those other 2 days, it didn't give me what I was asking it to give me. So that's why I really have mixed feelings about it. It's not really my favorite complexion product. Yes, so I'm going to put some of the NARS on. I think I'm only going to do maybe just like 2 pumps. Next, I'm going to do my usual contour. Okay, so for the concealer, I'm going to start with the Hourglass concealer, and we're just going to put a bit. Like the blend on it really is beautiful. When I compare this to the Huda Beauty, I would prefer this concealer consistency over Huda Beauty's. It's a little bit heavier, especially if you're looking for something that's a little bit lighter, but that's still going to offer the coverage that you're looking for. I like the coverage that this one is giving. I remember picking up 2 Huda Beauties. One is a darker, one is lighter. This one is pretty much done. I think I still have a bit left as the brightening shade, so I can use that. And I'm just gonna put it right there where the darkness of my under eye is a little bit more prominent. So I'm gonna use that. But again, this hourglass, I really, really like it. I'm just gonna let this sit and kind of make sure that if I get any product settling in my fine lines, I'm just going to remove that product and then I'm going to go back in and set it. That has been the technique that has been working the best for me when it comes to tackling my under eye creasing, and just constantly practicing that technique so that I'm not seeing these fine lines. I'm not seeing the product really settle into my fine lines, and then I'm setting product that are in the fine lines, and then the cycle just continues. So let it sit, let it marinate a little bit, and if it gets into those fine lines, just remove that area and then set everything with the powder. Using my usual, this is my Nude Sticks blush. I didn't pick up any new blushes. I honestly just wanted to finish what I have, so I stuck with this. And I still have quite a bit. Yes, we're getting there. We're almost done with the Nude Stick. I think it was a really nice cream blush. I would love to try Danessa Myricks blush just because the blurring balm and the concealer didn't work for me. I'm still totally open to using and trying more of her products. So yes, I can't wait for that. That's going to be it for blush. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to get rid of all the product that has set in my under eyes, and then I'm going to use a powder to set everything. Or I can use a Q-tip. What I find when I do this, it's mainly because there's a lot of product. It's like my under eyes way of telling me, like, there's way too much product here. You need to get rid of some of it. And then I'm going to brighten. I'm just brightening basically where the darkest part of my under eye was, and I just focused on that spot. And just to brighten and just set. To me, the under eye looks really good, really polished. It's not looking dry, it's not looking creepy, and I haven't even set my under eye yet, so I like how it looks. I think that's mainly due to using the Hourglass concealer, which is why now it's my new favorite. Using this under my eye and then using the Huda Beauty to just brighten the area where I have a little bit more hollowness, a little bit more of the dark circles were a little bit more prominent. So this is my new favorite. If there's one takeaway, what did I like the most? This Hourglass concealer. Let's try this one. This is the NYX. This is the Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. So it's going to be a little bit pinky. We're still going to put another color over it though. And this is the e.l.f. I think this is their lip oil. Yep. Their lip oil in, oh my gosh, Honey Talks. Okay, now let's put on the mascara for the bottom lash. This is again like their tubing mascara. Okay, it really makes them pop compared to no mascara on the bottom. Now I don't have very long lashes, so it's only going to do so much. Okay, last step, we're going to set everything. I'm going to use one of my favorites. Of course, I recently restocked this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And I can also go in and finish my one size on Till Dawn. Of course, you guys have seen there are definitely some products that are they're just my staples. They just work in my whole, I guess, collection. But honestly, when you find something that works, stick to it. And if all of a sudden something isn't working and your skincare has been the same, your general health has been the same, I would say it might be time to change up and switch up your product. Don't be scared to try something new and do something new and try a new product. So this is the finished look using some new products, showing you guys some stuff that I picked up from Sephora and the drugstore. I think that's pretty much it. Some of the stuff that I restocked. Let me know what you guys think of the finished look, if you guys use any of these products. And I want to say thank you for watching my video. If you haven't already and you're new here, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And also give me a thumbs up if you really enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And again, I will see you in my next video. Take care.